Hi guys, Richard Jackson here from Lepus Proprietary Trading, Jackson Capital. Just thought I'd go over a couple of setups and what's been happening in the market over this the beginning of August. I guess one thing that we need to be clear about is that typically late July, early August to mid-August is summertime holidays over in Europe and Northern America, where a lot of traders, etc., will go on holiday, and markets become very quiet, I guess. Volatility usually dissipates quite a bit, and trading becomes a little bit tedious. And I'm sure there's a few guys out there that have been trading a strategy where the strategy hasn't really been performing up to what we expect. But in saying that, there has been a couple of opportunities. We can see here, let's just start off with the euro. We were on a daily chart here on the euro, so let me just zoom in a little bit. We've had this big down move here, which was over May-June, okay? And as I've mentioned in other videos, that we've gone into a range, right? So here's our range. So what we can do is we can just put like a little bit of a marker there as the top of the range. Here's another little marker as the bottom of the range, okay? So typically when we go into a range like this, that we can expect to buy at the bottoms and sell at the tops. And that's on a daily, so even on a weekly we could see the same sort of pattern happening. It happened before the trend. This was it up here, over here, and over here, okay? And we could certainly just go in and out all the time over there. So there you go. There's the two ranges in there. So how do we view the range in this situation? Is that when we do drill down, we can say to ourselves, well, I'm going to stop going short when I'm at the bottom of the range, unless we have a break through and a retracement for a continuation of the trend. Then we should treat this like a divergence filter and say to ourselves, well, maybe I should stop going short in here and maybe look for a reversal. And there was a good reversal. I had a limit order ready to go in on this one. Let's just put this in here, okay? I had a limit order. Let me just zoom in a bit, make it a bit bigger. I had a limit order in here. These two pieces, this pullback happened already, and price was up here. So I've just put my limit order in here. I'd missed the entry. So, but the thing is what I didn't do is I don't chase the trade, okay? So I'm not looking to enter in at the top or up in here. I go and place my limit order, and I just missed out on it on here, which was a little bit annoying, but that's the way it goes. Some of you may have seen that we had this break of that trend line to the downside, seen that we're at the bottom of the range, and that was a fantastic move back to the upside. And you can see it's still continuing all the way up, okay? So let's have a look at what we would be doing. And look at where we would place our target, I should say. So there's our initial move on the Fibonacci, and there's our D point up here if we've got the AB equals CD, so our exit would have been around here somewhere. And this this big candle in here definitely signifies that we've got a bullish move to the upside. All right, so that's the euro in there. Let's have a look at a trade that I did get into. This trade here, let me just move all of this out of the way so we can start again. We see that our range in the Aussie is similar. So we've got a top range, I guess. Let me just move that. I'll just move that down a little bit. Okay, there's our top range based on our daily. Here's the bottom of our range in here, and then let's zoom right down into our 1 hour chart. We had our down move last week. We've got some divergence in here. Let's have a look at the divergence to the upside. And we've got divergence here. Okay, so we've got our divergence in there, and we've got a break of this trend line. Let's draw the trend line down here. We've got this bullish volatility to the upside. So what are we doing? We always look for the volatility. Okay, we've got a break of the trend. We've got an upside volatility, which is always a good sign. And then let's pull our Fibonacci all the way up here, and then we've got here's our entry. And then a stop just underneath there, and let's do our AB equals CD in there, and there's our target up in here. I might have been a little bit ambitious on this target, so let me just pull that back down. Okay, so I should be out of that, but at this point I'm not out of it, so I'll probably get out of it later on tonight when the Euro session works out for us or opens up. Okay, so there's the Aussie. Let's have a look at some of these other markets. We've got upside volatility now on the dollar CAD, which is great for us. We have had this move to the downside off the news last week or 2 weeks ago. And that would have been a really great play to the downside. Some of us may have missed it, but that's the way it goes. Let's have a look at some other plays in here. Look at some other plays in here. We've got this massive divergence in here. We've got a downside move. You can see here what I've done with this trend line. I've really looked at to see where the bottom is. We've got a few tops in here, and this has come down from the bottom. What I did, it was really just more of a, just having a look at what the range was, but it's a downside momentum range in here, right? Or a downside channel, I should say. I've also got an order. I've had a look at this moving to the upside, so I've put a limit order here at the 618. This has really not got anything to do with our strategies, but I really do think there might be a bounce in here. We've got divergence all working along here. If we just have a little bit of a poke, and I'll get picked up on that 618 for a little bit of an up move. But again, that's not really part of our strategies. That's more me just having a play around. All right, a couple of things that I want to talk about. Have a look at the newsletter that we're just about to send out. I really encourage everybody to come along to our event that's coming up. Let's have a look quickly. Okay, so here's the event. Everybody's allowed to come to this, so I really encourage everybody to come. If you're serious about coming and getting an allocation from me and becoming a trader, I would expect you to be there because you're going to pick up some things that you may not be able to pick up just from the notes. You'll also be able to ask me all of the questions that you want to do, that you want to ask of me, so this is for anybody who's on probation or anybody who is in our who's going through our education process. Okay, so everybody should be able to should come to this, so that I can see that obviously that you're serious about me giving you an allocation and serious about learning. Okay, and I guess the other thing that I want to talk about just quickly is that anybody who is, that's not up to scratch, who needs one-on-one coaching, I highly recommend that you show us your commitment, and we will be committed to you to getting you up to becoming a pro trader. So that we can, you can come on, do one-on-one coaching, learn of all of our strategies, etc., so that we can fix all of your behavioural issues and things like that. Please, if you feel as though that you do need extra support, then just let us know, and we'll help you out. Okay. So from there, hopefully you got a little bit out of this quick video, and I'll speak to you next time. Thanks.